Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Unsung Gamer. Alright guys, so we just finished our Tampa Bay season, obviously not the way we had hoped. We took a very scrappy Tampa Bay team and actually went on a somewhat magical ride through the first 3 quarters of the season, only to drop 3 of our last 4 games and limp into the playoffs, thinking we're going to just get blown out by the first team, but we end up pulling off an improbable win against the Philadelphia Eagles, and then took the undefeated Dallas Cowboys, who ultimately ended up winning the Super Bowl, took them to the wire. I mean, we gave them all they could handle and almost pulled that game out. And so, very scrappy team, very bittersweet way for that season to end. But that's Tecmo Super Bowl, and we move on to the next one. And so I had told you guys that I was thinking about going with either a AFC Central team or an NFC East team, because those are the two divisions I had not picked a team from yet. So I'm going to go ahead and do the AFC Central team. And so I have picked Cleveland. I looked hard at Cincinnati, looked hard at Pittsburgh. I'm not going to run these super teams right now until I can come up with some kind of challenges for myself. Some things I want to try to do. Can I throw for 5,000 yards in a season? Can I run for 2,000 yards in a season? Stuff like that. And so I was looking at Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, and Cleveland just kind of seemed interesting to me, and so that's what I chose to go with. Cincinnati is going to be a team that we may use fairly soon. Because they are really bad, and I had no clue how bad they were. But we'll talk about the Browns right now, because that's the season we're on. So I'm going to go to team data, and we're going to look at Cleveland. Now, guys, obviously, for those of you that don't care anything about looking at the team and talking about the changes I'm making and stuff like that, I will have a timestamp in the description. You can select that, go straight to the game, and just carry on watching. But for the rest of us, we're going to go ahead and talk about the team. Now, I'm a little bit hoarse, and so if I have a pause for just a moment, understand I'm clearing my throat or getting a drink. You guys understand how that goes, allergies and stuff. So, looking here at player data, we're starting with Bernie Kosar. Now, Bernie is a very interesting player to me as a quarterback, and basically it's because he is pretty much the inverse of Everett, who we had a couple of seasons ago with the Rams. If you guys remember, Everett had a 63 passing speed, so he could zip the ball around the field, but his accuracy was only 44, and so sometimes the ball just did not go where it was supposed to go. So Bernie is the opposite of that. He has a 44 passing speed, which is a pretty good arm. It's decent, but his accuracy is 63, and so I'm wondering, that would be the most accurate quarterback we've used to date. And so I'm hoping we could throw the ball around the yard a bit in this series. Vinny Testaverde, he's got some interesting qualities to him. The 25 speed does interest me. His passing speed of 50 is pretty good. Pass control of 38, it's doable. It's something you could work with if you had to. But that passing accuracy of 25. I don't trust him to throw the ball down the field or throw the ball all over the yard. So if he was to have to come in, if something happened to Kosar, we would just have to make it work. Eric Metcalf here, running back, 38 speed, which is not great for a running back. 44 rushing power is pretty good, but the 69 ball control is good, and the 63 receptions is great. And to me, looking at him, that just screams receiver to me. That does not scream running back, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. Tommy Vardell, our fullback, nothing special. 38 rush power, 38 speed, 50 hitting power. With a 50 hitting power, he might break a few tackles, but you guys remember from the last season, we ran Reggie Cobb, who had like an 88 in his average condition, and sometimes he was getting stopped dead at the line. So, I have no reason to believe that Tommy Vardell is going to be able to just make some miracle thing happen. But the one thing I do like about him is his ball control of 81. That is not obviously a 100% guarantee that he will never fumble, but he is very unlikely to do so. You get to Leroy Horde, and yeah, he sucks. I don't really have a nice way of putting it. He just sucks. 31 speed, 31 hit power, 56 ball control, which is okay. 31 receptions, which is, so-so, I guess. A little less than so-so. Then you have Wolfley. Wolfley here, he is a fullback. 25 speed, which is pretty bad. 56 ball control, which is okay, but he can't catch. 19 receptions. Just somebody we hope we don't have to use. Michael Jackson here. Now, Michael, I will try to avoid using Thriller references throughout the series, but 44 speed is pretty good. It's a little better than the average. Ball control 69, which is great. Receptions is 56, which is a little better than average. And so, decent receiver right there. Got no complaints. Mark Carrier, another decent receiver. 38 speed, not quite as fast as Jackson, but he's in that average range. Ball control 69, 56 receptions, so no real complaint there. The rest of the receiving core is, well, you'll see. So, Sean Collins, I like the 44 receptions. It's pretty good. It will get you by. That 25 speed will not get you by. And so, he's just not, he's not somebody I would depend on having to catch downfield. 25 speed's just pretty slow. Patrick Rowe is a little bit faster, but a little less capable at catching the ball. And so, if something was to happen, I lost a receiver for a little while, I'd probably put Rowe in there just because he's slightly faster. And the 38 receptions I think I could work with. But again, we're just going to hope we don't lose anybody. Brian Kinchin at tight end. He's okay. 31 speed, not great. Hit power 44, not great. Ball control of 69, which is perfectly good. Receptions of 38, which is just mediocre. He can catch the ball. I'm not scared to throw it to him, but we'll kind of have to see how it plays out throughout the year as to whether he's any good. Scott Galbraith, let's just hope we don't have to use him. 19 speed, which is awful. 50 hitting power, which is okay. 69 ball control, which is fine, but his receptions is 19, so he's not likely to catch anything you throw him anyhow. Jay Hildenberg here, he's just a really good center. I got no complaints there. He is one of the better centers that I've seen in this game, and so perfectly good with him. Ed King, on the other hand, stinks. Left guard, 38 hit power. He's going to get mauled by a lot of linemen in this game, and so hopefully we can kind of figure some things out. I might have to move around a bit with Kozar. You've seen me do it on a lot of these teams, having to dodge players as I'm trying to throw. Then we got Houston Hoover here, he's okay. I mean, 25 speed, 50 hit power. He's okay. He'll get by. Hopefully he'll be able to stand up to most of what's out there. Bob Dahl is also okay. 50 hit power, 19 speed, nothing to write home about. Tony Jones is okay. 31 speed, he's all right there. 56 hit power. He should be able to stand up to the majority of the linemen in the league. But I don't have much of a line there. Thankfully, the defensive line is going to help make up for some of this. So we have Jerry Ball to start here. Jerry Ball's kind of a straight line guy. He's got a 44 rushing power, which gets him up to his speed pretty quick. Maximum speed of 31, which is not great. Hitting power, though, of 69, so he will cause a little bit of havoc. But with that 44 quickness, he's not going to change directions too much. And if he can get to the back, can get to the quarterback or whatever, he may be able to stop them, but he's not going to get there easily. He's going to be more of one of those guys that hopefully will break down the line for other players. MD Perry here is a pretty good tackle. I like him here. 44 running speed, 38 rush power, 50 max speed, and 63 hit power with a 75 quickness. He should cause some havoc on that front line. Probably a guy that will get several sacks throughout the year on his own. Rob Burnett is a pretty good end. 44 running speed, 31 rush power, which it could be a little bit better there, but max speed of 50, 56 hit power, which is good, 56 quickness. I'm not scared of that defensive line. They should be able to hold their own. Going over here to James Jones, he's what I call a 44 guy. He has the 44 speed, 44 power, and so he's moderate. He's not really a good linebacker, but he's not one of the worst I've ever seen. 38 quickness though is pretty bad. Hopefully we don't have to depend on him too much. David Brandon here, kind of in the same boat. He's adequate. We'll get by with him, but not going to be somebody that we're extraordinarily thrilled to be using. Mike Johnson here, pretty good linebacker. The 44 running speed, 38 rush power, 50 max speed, 56 hit power, 31 interceptions, and 56 quickness. Just a pretty good all-around linebacker, no problem there. Clay Matthews, before he was the Clay Matthews later on in his career, but 44 running speed, 44 max speed, 50 hit power, 63 quickness, which is pretty good, 31 interceptions, which is okay. He will be fine. Terry Taylor at corner, he just stinks. 31 max speed, 38 hit power. He does have a 50 quickness, which is nice, but 44 interceptions is not amazing. Really slow, going to be tough to have to depend on him. Everson Walls, 44 max speed, which is moderate. 50 interceptions, 50 quickness, which is okay. But again, somebody I'm a little nervous about in that backfield. Harlan Barnett, 44 max speed, 38 hit power, and this is of course free safety here. 44 interceptions, which is okay, but his quickness is only 31, so changing directions is a no-no. And then Stephen Moore, who is the guy I'm probably going to end up using the most. He has 50 max speed, 44 hit power, 44 interceptions, 50 quickness. He's just moderately okay. If he was my worst defensive back, I'd feel pretty good. But unfortunately, he's my best, and so I don't feel great. Now, this is the part that kind of kills me here. And so I had been looking at this. Najee Mustafa is a fairly interesting defensive back, especially when you're talking about a team with really bad defensive backs. But unfortunately, there is no way to change him out for anybody. I have tried every which way, and the only way that you end up getting to put him in is if somebody gets hurt. So I don't even know why they bother putting them in there, but I could not find any way to move him over. And unfortunately, I've got unfortunately, that means I do have a defensive back that could probably be helpful to us, but I can't put him in there. With that 44 speed, 50 hit power, 44 interception, 38 quickness, I just can't help but think that that would be better than Terry Taylor. I can't help but think that. And then we have here Randy Hillard, who is awful, just absolutely awful, and hope we never have to use him. Matt Stover here, accuracy of 44, not great, which means obviously the further out we are, the less chance I have of making a field goal with him, and so I have a tendency when I'm in a certain range just to go for it, and that could affect how much we go for it. To avoid the block of 38 too, I'm not real wild about that. That means he can get blocked a lot. Brian Hansen, 31 on his avoid the block. That does make me nervous. The accuracy, I still don't really hold a lot of weight to that, but the avoid the block I do with that 31 there. I'm kind of concerned how that's going to work out. So looking at the offensive starters real quick, just to kind of show you this, and then we'll get on to the game. But I have switched to Vardell and Metcalf, and you guys already know why. You've seen me do this before. So Vardell is taking the ball control 81 and that 38 speed, 50 hitting power, and he is going to be my main back. I realize that's not saying a whole lot, but he's the guy that can, he's the guy that can handle the ball. And I don't honestly anticipate that I'm going to be running that much. It's going to be enough to keep them honest, and that's kind of my idea. Metcalf is going to be in that fullback position, which puts him as the third receiver. You guys kind of know where I'm going at this point. And so we're going to use that 69 or 63 receptions rating to our advantage with that 38 speed. And that will make him, along with Jackson and Carrier and Kenshin, a fairly formidable receiving core, and we are going to see if we can just throw the ball all around the yard. Going to the playbook here, Vardell Obviously going to be carrying those two. I did put in a couple of runs for Metcalf. I'm going to be perfectly honest, the shotgun will probably never get used, but I put it in there just in case for some reason I decided to. This one here, the off tackle, I might run, but Vardell here, up the nose, the pitch to the outside, those are ones I've got, I possibly will use as the season goes along. And then, of course, here, the passing offense, these plays are very familiar to you guys. I use, some variety of this every time. And so basically I've pulled out the plays that have the best route trees for me, and that's what we're using right there. All right, so that is the team, and we're going to go ahead. I'm going to pull up the schedule here, and we will auto skip week 1, and we will jump in against the Cincinnati Bengals. Well, after we skip Buffalo, New England. All right, guys, here we go. Had to get a drink of water to keep my voice going. All right, kicking it off with Stover. Not a great kick. I may end up... Metcalf is also our return guy. That does concern me a bit because I don't like my return... I don't like one of my main offensive weapons taking hits over and over again on the return team. So I may end up, changing some stuff, but for right now... All right. And thankfully for us, Klingler is not a good quarterback, and so maybe we'll be able to take a little bit of an advantage of that. All right, got him down. Oh, I've already forgotten. Is Moore? Yeah, Moore was my better. Yeah, Moore was my better safety there. That's what I was thinking, but sometimes you kind of go, wait a minute, was that right or wrong? Blue 43, blue 43. Yeah, we're just going to kind of basically almost exclusively use Moore because, all right, good stop there. And so here we go. If you guys are wondering at what point I'm going to use like a two-back offense or anything like that, those kind of will be coming. There are going to be teams that just don't have options for me to move around or make things happen, and so just be prepared that you will see some stuff like that. I may end up shifting some of these running plays at a point if I don't like how they're going, but my basic idea is to run just enough to keep them honest, and then hopefully unload downfield with Kozar. All right, big first down there. All right, we're going to run motion. Round 52. All right, that should be pretty good there. I mean, not a big arm, but it's big enough that if we're kind of careful, if we're pretty careful with what we do, should be able to, continuously throw to him. Let's go ahead and hand off to Vardell up the middle here. Red 24, red 24. Ooh, delayed. I don't typically like those delayed handoffs. We'll see how that goes. As the season progresses, I may end up changing that play. I didn't realize it was a delayed handoff. Okay, let's kick it off with Stover here. A little bit better. Ball downs it, and then we're going to go back on defense here and see if we can hold these guys. Red 24. Well, I called shotgun. Whoops. Back to more. I'm still getting... I'm still kind of in that mode of Tampa Bay where I always go around to the same defensive player to be able to hold, and so I've got to get my mind back on using a different one. I'm going to call shotgun again just because they're, pretty deep here. Oh, good stop. And that's kind of what I was talking about, having a defensive line that's pretty strong. They'll be able to make some plays. Obviously, our defensive backs are going to be our weakness here. And so, I'll need defensive line play to make up for some of the issues. Oh, I am so glad they were able to stop that. All right, punting it away. All right, kick going to Metcalf. Juked him out of his shoes. 18-yard return, pretty good there. All right, let's go to the flare here. Round 52. All right, Jackson running wide open. And touchdown. Not too surprising in the first few games of the season. You guys know already, as the season starts to drag on, this gets harder and harder. And of course, Kozar overthrew it just a little bit, but ended up being okay. Didn't end up causing us too big a problem. Whoa, I like to screw that up. All right, let's go with their shotgun play. They've been calling it a lot, so I just kind of called it kind of to see. Okay. Managed to go incomplete on that. So 14 points in the first quarter. Pretty good start. Now, unlike DeBerg, I don't need Kozar to just be efficient. I need him to be efficient and effective. I need plays made. Very good stop there. Mike Johnson got him. My defensive front is not like the San Diego defensive front, but it's a pretty good one. And so I'm hoping we can kind of take advantage of that. All right, getting down there. Oh, what a catch. Great catch. All right, let's see here. We're going to go with a pass defense. Oh, this is a run. I know it is because I just called the opposite of that play. First down. All right. Well, they're driving on us. Oh, get him. Nothing unexpected, of course. Mike Johnson. Looks like Mike might be the guy that ends up getting a good share of those sacks. Oh, good play. Wow. We're getting a lot more out of that than I expected, I have to be honest. That's good. That's really good. Start anyway. Oh, gosh. Oh, I got him barely. Ooh. Really like to screw that up. Okay, let's get that field goal out of the way. Oh, mercy. Yeah, he pushed that right. I was really looking at what he was doing, and I was like, All right, let's see. I like that toss play. Works pretty good. At least at the start of the year. All right, let's go with the motion here. Round 52. And look who's running downfield. Oh, Kozar, come on, buddy. I picked you for your accuracy. Let's go. Let's get it together here. Well, Metcalf running wide open. Big first down and more. And touchdown. Touchdown. I mean, my goodness, I had my choice of people to go with there. Pick the receiver you want to throw to. Wanted to make sure I got Metcalf one, so. All right, Stover on the kickoff, a little bit short there. But still got a touchback, okay. All right, let's see here. I'm going to call the shotgun defense. I feel like they're going to get throwing here just any minute. All right, good stop there. Just a 1-yard gain. We can take that. Okay, I'm gonna call a run defense, and looks like they're gonna throw. Some defensive backs did go back with us though, so. All right, knock it away. We're gonna need that kind of thing. All right, let's see. I'm gonna call a run defense again. Possibly called this. Nope. Oh, Brown caught it, and of course I'm not right there when he throws. All right. Same play. All right, got there that time. The problem we're going to have is I don't have a DB that can get back to anybody quickly, so if that was a huge concern to me, I should have played the Steelers, but because their DBs are all good. Well, if I remember, 3 out of 4 of them are really good, and I think one of them was just decent. Oh, yeah. Good hit. And David Brandon. All right, they're going to call the timeout and punt away. All right. Punt, going to go in the end zone. We'll just take the touchback. All right, so 21-0 so far over Cincy. Skip that halftime there. All right, so far, Vardell's got 3 carries, 17 yards. Not bad. I mean, like I said, I'm only running just enough to remind them that I can run the football occasionally. Kozar, 79% completion percentage, 136 yards. Definitely want to get some more air attack going. Just kind of, we're kind of feeling our way through this first game, kind of see how things are working, but thus far, pretty happy. All right, let's go with that crosser again. And it looks like, okay, they got DB downfield, and that's why I'm going to go short here to Kenshin. Okay, step him out of bounds. Let's go to the flare now. See if we can kind of cross some people up here. Oh, yeah, carrier wide open. Big first down. Get out of bounds. First down. Just trying not to take any extra hits there. All right, let's pitch it to Vardell. Just so they can go, oh, yeah, they do have a running back. All right. Yeah, obviously Vardell is not going to just blow people up, but just kind of want to remind them that he's there. Okay, that was probably a bad idea. Okay, threw it out of the back of the end zone. That's okay. Got a little greedy there. We'll go back to the shotgun here and see if we can get... Yep, he's standing wide open. Y'all come on up. Carrier in for the touchdown, and there we go again. Now, part of this is early season difficulty being lower, but also part of this is the Bengals really are that bad. I mean, they are a terrible team, and I have something interesting to do with them that might make it an interesting season. We shall see. We would have to definitely just outscore everybody, but I have a thought with them that maybe I can make it competitive, or at least if it's not very competitive, we can make it fun to watch. All right, picking up more here. Oh yeah, called the play. Love when that happens. And Terry Taylor. So we're kind of getting a little hodgepodge of people that get back there and actually take on those sacks. All right, I'm getting out ahead as best I can. Oh, good deflection! Wow, I'm impressed. All right, we're gonna call shotgun here. Of course, no shotgun this time. This is that little route. Oh, he's running. All right, we got him. We got him. I'm good with that. Force a punt. I don't think Klingler's very fast either, so, you know, there's not many quarterbacks in this one that are fast, quote unquote. I just don't know. It makes me nervous. Metcalf out there taking those hits. I may end up taking him off of that. In fact, I know I am, because I don't want to see him sit there and get hit for literally nothing, because we almost never get anything out of those plays. All right, I'm gonna come back with a up the nose here to Vardell. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to get that kind of running off that play later in the season. Unless it's against the Bengals, then I might be able to. All right, going back to the crosser. So carrier is open. I just want to see how this works. Intercepted. Okay. So I'm not going to... I won't try that again. I was kind of just testing something out there. Unless, of course, we get desperate, in which case I may make some throws like that. But in general, I'm not going to try to toss over a DB. It did occasionally work with DeBerg, who has a just extremely slow arm, but I don't think I'm going to attempt that. All right, so we got them stopped 28-0. And let's see. Well, they called shotgun. I almost called the shotgun play. Oh, they went with the run. I'm good with that. All right, obviously they're going to go for it here. I'm going to call shotgun this time. Are they throwing? Nope. Gonna run and turn the ball over on downs. All right. All right, Bernie. We're gonna be a little safer with you. And Jackson running wide open. I had to jump for it. Getting a little worried about Bernie there. He's kind of getting a little wild on slinging that ball, but Jackson made a good adjustment on it, caught it. We get the touchdown, all is well. Okay, let's do the kick. Okay, here we go. Not a good boot, but it'll get by. Well, he downed it, so worked out. Okay, we're up 35-0. I'm going to call pass plays here because I just think that's the way they're going to go. Oh my goodness, we actually had a good defense set up there. Let's go. I'm going to call that flea flicker. They hadn't really used it yet. Well, probably should have gone shotgun. Obviously should have gone shotgun. Okay, I'm trailing a little. Intercepted. All right, paid him back. Perfect. All right. Back to the air. All right, I was trying to get a quick hit there. Didn't quite make it. All right, let's go to the flare.
Red 24.
Jackson open. Big first down. Maybe more. Yep, touchdown.
Touchdown.
Now we're kind of racking up some points, getting it going. Bernie, 300 yards passing. I want to see a lot of that this year. That is the goal. All right. Okay, we're going to go ahead and go with pass defense here. I'm just going to call shotgun probably most of the rest of the way. Oh, they actually did run it. First down. Let's see. I'm going to call that rollout pass just to see. They're not doing what I would expect them to do at this point, which is, not unusual and probably smart from the computer just to be, relatively, considering you've only got 8 plays, it's probably smart for the computer to be relatively random in the plays that it picks. Oh man, I thought I had an interception going there. And one of my guys jumped up. I guess it's a good thing though. I'm kind of glad that these guys have got some awareness. They're making some plays. Oh no. I came up. Well, that was just a bad throw on his part. 4th down, calling the shotgun. No shotgun. They are running their little hook play here. All right, incomplete. Turnover on downs. I'm going back the other way. Just got rid of it quick. Going back to the same play, we run that crosser. And Metcalf running wide open. Touchdown.
Touchdown.
And that time, Kozar put it on the button. All right. 49-0. Obviously, we're not in the teeth of the season either, so. But it is fun. I have to admit, the start of the season is always a lot of fun just because you get to, all your toys are working at full, at maximum efficiency. And so it's nice. It's really nice that first part of the season when you get to play with all the toys and get them to work and all that. All right. Big sack there. Jerry Ball got in there. So it's getting spread around quite a bit. That's good. That just means that it's not one player going to do everything this year. Oh, we called it again. And Mike Johnson. All right, I'm going to call shotgun this time. And they called the shotgun. We'll see how that works. Safety. So we did cross the 50-point mark. Man. I ain't gonna lie, I kind of almost feel bad. Oh, they got the onside kick. I almost feel bad.
Blue 48. Blue 48. Hut. Hut.
Almost. Later in the season, when I can't stop anybody and when I can't get anybody open, I won't, you know, I won't be feeling bad about this then. All right, so Vardell, 5 carries, 38 yards. That's not terrible. We're not really trying to be a running team. Kozar, 66%. He did have a few errant throws. The pick, that was bad choice on my part. I was just trying, and I kind of messed around and found out that it can't really do that. But 328 yards from Kozar, really good. A good game so far to start the season. So I'm going to go ahead and just skip through all these. And then, of course, as we have been doing about a quarter of the way through the season, we'll start looking at all the standings and the leaders and all of that stuff. So anyhow, guys, while all this stuff's simming through, I'll let you know if you like this kind of content, hit the like and subscribe. And, of course, as always, I'll see you in the next game.